Hi, and welcome to Moonbeam Connections. I'm Jackie Lee. Today on Spirit Guide Mailbox, we're going to see what messages Spirit has for us today. So I do set the intention that these messages find those who need them when they need them. So if this message found you today, it does mean it is for you. However, it may only be part of the message. So just take what resonates, leave the rest behind. No big deal. So let's see. One card, please, for Spirit's message. Well, that's more than one card, because I can't shuffle. But if you watch my videos, you already know that. I guess you accept me for it. So let's see. There we go. And there's our one card. Let's see what it is. Ooh, Seven of Swords. So this card is actually about deception, strategy, secrecy. It's like, you can see here, we have I don't know if you'd call that a wolf. I guess it would be a wolf, coyote, probably a wolf. A wolf on this card, and you can see he's leaving a trail of swords as he's running away, and he's trying to sneak off with them. So it's sort of like this sneakiness, right? Like, I'm going to sneakily do something. I'm going to sneakily steal something from you and run away, or I'm going to do this and you won't know about it. But it's not necessarily always has to be a bad thing, right? It can be that you are doing something in a different way, right? So you're not doing something that the way somebody would have traditionally done it. You're doing it in an unusual way, in, let's say, a more sneaky way. But it doesn't have to be a negative connotation on it, although usually when people are looking at this card, they do tend to put that negative connotation onto it. But it is about being deceitful, but it can be in terms of, you're being deceitful to this person over here. It'd be like, say somebody's chasing somebody down to hurt them, right? And so the person that's getting chased goes and hides over here, and the person that's chasing them, they ask you, where'd they go, which way they go, and you're like, oh, I think they ran over that way. I think they might have went and hid in that shed over there. Go check it out, right? You're being deceptive, but you're not being deceptive in a bad way, in a sneaky way, in a negative context, right? You're trying to protect this person, and so it can be from that sort of, strategy is another thing, right? You're being strategic on what you're doing. So instead of just sort of following the path that's always followed, or doing things really quickly, you're like, I'm going to take my time, I'm going to be strategic, I'm going to lay down a foundation, I'm going to slowly work at this. Maybe people don't know you're working at it, you're being a little bit secret. So it's that kind of a concept. It's like being sneaky, being deceptive, getting away with something, keeping secrets, not telling other people, doing things behind people's backs. But it doesn't have to be a negative connotation. It doesn't have to be a bad thing that you're doing, right? It can be that you're doing this for someone's greater good, right? You're doing this to protect somebody from something. So I will bring out my board. And as always, I always say, as always, I will be writing in silence and dubbing over it, so it may sound a little bit different. And I do take a little moment to be quiet. If it gets too long, sometimes I will edit my moment of quietness to a little bit shorter for you. So I will be quiet for a moment, get into my meditation mode, and I will begin writing. Start looking at your life and decide where you need to be a little more strategic. Where you need to take the long view and start planning long range while you take short steps towards it. Start to change the structure of your life, bit by bit, step by step, until you have reached your goal and have aligned your life with your values and morals. Always understanding where hope lies and fear betrays, and ensure you do not advertise your choices to the world. Your choices are yours, and you don't need others commenting or interfering in your goals or destination. Others can have their opinions, but you don't need to hear them or entertain them. As you begin to restructure your life, others will take note and they will begin to see your happiness and joy. This will cause some to follow on your path to find their own joy, while others will fade away, ashamed their light doesn't shine as bright. Don't worry about what they say or their opinions, because the only one that matters is yours. And when you really start to feel the light shine down on you, and when you find the peace you were searching for, others won't matter, because you will have a fulfilling life and wish nothing but peace for others. Love. What Spirit is trying to say here is start being strategic in your life, right? Start planning with this long range view where you're going to take step by step by step by step. So whatever it is, I obviously don't know your individual situations, but everybody sort of has a goal, has the way they want their life to be structured. And so Spirit is saying, start taking those steps slowly but surely, right? So it may be that, oh, I want to be a fit person, let's say, right? I want to, just be physically fit. And I'm not physically fit right now. So instead of being like, okay, I'm going to start running an hour a day and I'm only going to eat vegetables and fruits and I'm going to, have protein shakes and we're going to do it. Like, if you just start doing that tomorrow, that lasts a few days, maybe a few weeks, and then you just fall off, right? That's not real change in your life. That's just, I got this momentary, rush, but that's not the word I'm looking for. This momentary spark, and I did it, and now I'm completely burned out because I totally changed everything, and it was never going to last long term. And so what you're not supposed to do that. What you're supposed to do is, I want to get more fit. I want to eat healthier. Okay, well, I'm going to just start walking 10 minutes a day. And then that 10 minutes turns into 15 and then 20 and then you're jogging 20 and then you're jogging 30, right? I'm going to start eating healthier, which starts at, I'm going to eat more vegetables. So I'm going to make sure I eat 1 vegetable a day. Then I'm eating 2 vegetables a day. Then I'm not going to eat that candy anymore because I'm getting filled up by the vegetables. And so you just slowly but surely make one step. And a thing that just popped into my head that is very similar to this in terms of weight loss is actually when I was in my early 20s, I weighed about 45 pounds more than I actually do right now. And I just decided actually one day every little bit helps. That's what I decided. Just every little bit helps. If I wanted that chocolate bar, I was going to eat the chocolate bar because I decided that if I wanted that chocolate bar, but I was trying to avoid it, then I would go for the carrots, and then I'd eat some cereal, and then I'd eat some cheese, and then I'd eat this, and then I'd be like, oh, I ate good food. Now I deserve the chocolate bar, and I'd end up eating the chocolate bar anyway. So now I took in all these extra calories and the chocolate bar. And so I started deciding I will only eat what I really want to eat. So I'm not just, I'm going to go and grab the crackers because I kind of feel like eating something. No, I am going to decide what I really want to eat. And if I can't decide right now what I really want to eat, I'm just going to leave it aside. And if it's the chocolate bar, that's what I'm going to eat. Because otherwise I'm going to snack on a whole bunch of other food before I get to the chocolate bar, and I'm eventually going to eat the chocolate bar anyways. Another thing I did was I started parking my car at the back of parking lots when I was going into stores, right? Every little bit helps. So now I'm getting an extra 50 steps, 100 steps in, and an extra 50, 100 steps out. Just a little bit, it's just a little bit, but every little bit helps. I started taking the stairs. I never, even to this day, do take an elevator if I'm only going up 1 or 2 floors. If I'm going up 3 or more, I take an elevator. I'm too lazy for that, right? But 1 or 2 floors, I always take the stairs. And the reason I always take the stairs is every little bit helps. And to this day, now we're looking 25, 26 years later, I am still 45 pounds less than I was when I was 20. And that's because every little bit helps, just slowly but surely, and it just became a habit and a lifestyle change. I don't even think about taking the elevator because I just naturally always go up the stairs. I don't even think of trying to squeeze into that closest parking spot. No, I just leisurely go along and park way over here and take those extra steps in. Now I don't even have to worry about when I'm trying to get my kids out of the car because they're, oh no, you're going to hit the other car door and there's not enough room here. Nope, because I've got 5 parking spots surrounding me because nobody's parked over here. I'm the only one parked over here. And so as you slowly just do these things, so maybe you drink 5 pops a day and you're like, you know what? I'm going to start really trying to drink only 4, right? I can just skip my morning one that I drink while I'm getting ready in the morning. If I skip that morning pop, and then I'll only have 4 for the day, and just slowly start to make these changes. And the other thing Spirit is saying is do not, oh wow, my eyes just went right through it. Do not advertise what you're doing. Hey, Spirit's saying, don't go out there and go, oh, I'm trying to be healthier, so now I'm going to walk 10 minutes a day, and I'm going to start building up and do this, because you're going to have those naysayers that are going to come down on you and be like, oh, and for whatever reason, it doesn't necessarily have to be walking, right? Like, oh, I don't, you have this goal, the lofty goal. I'm going to try and get to a point where I'm making $200,000 a year. I want to make $200,000 a year because I'll feel secure in that $200,000 a year. And you tell this person, I'm going to slowly take these steps, take these courses, move up the chain, whatever I'm doing to make that 200,000. And they're going, oh, why bother? It's going to take you 10 years. And so you'll have those people that are like jealous of you, that want to hold you back, and you should try and either eliminate those people from your lives, can't always do that, or very much limit the contact with them, right? You want people who are going to push you forward. And so what Spirit's saying, don't advertise these choices. Just slowly start making little changes. And as you make little changes, it won't be noticeable at first, but people will start noticing it. If it is a weight loss thing, right? You're going to lose the first 2, 3, 5, 10 pounds. Nobody's going to notice, right? I'm just walking a little bit more, and I'm eating a little bit less junk, and I'm eating a little more fruits and vegetables, and I'm just doing little by little and little by little. But it becomes your lifestyle. It becomes your way of being, and all of a sudden, it's not like I'm trying to lose weight. Like, right, I haven't really tried to lose weight in forever because it just became my lifestyle. Right? I just stopped eating less chocolate. For me, for one thing, I'm not particularly a big fan of chocolate. Sugar is my thing, right? I love sugar. I love candy. Do I starve myself from sugar and candy? Absolutely not. I eat sugar and candy because I love sugar and candy. But I'm not really that big of a fan of chocolate, to tell you the truth. Chocolate and like things like croissants and, Danishes, like maybe once in a while, but I'm not really a big fan. So I kind of look at it as, if there's a chocolate bar, I'm like, you know what? I could eat that chocolate bar and waste those calories on the chocolate bar, but I'm going to wait until there's candy. And then I'm going to pig out and eat candy, because that's what I really want. That's what sort of satisfies me. And so just by making these little choices, you won't be feeling like, oh, I'm giving up something I love, because I'm not telling you to give up something you love. If you love it, right? Maybe you have to limit it a little bit, but you can still do those things you love, but change this area of your life that will sort of give you the allowance to do this bad thing. Let's say it doesn't necessarily have to be bad, right? But it's like, you really like boating, and you want to get a boat. Like you love being on the water, you love skiing, you love fishing, whatever it is, and you want to buy a boat. Maybe you sacrifice on your vehicle a little bit more. Maybe you just get a cheap vehicle because you're like I don't value that. That's not what I want. So if I take what, I could spend, $40,000 on a vehicle, I'm going to split that. I'm going to spend 20 on a vehicle and 20 on a boat because I value that. All that to say, so don't advertise to other people. As you slowly make these choices, people will notice. They'll notice you lose weight. They notice you have more time. They notice you are spending more time with your kids. They notice you seem happier. And those who admire it, those who think, wow, look at her him change their lives and make these steps and progress, are going to be inspired by it and are going to start following you. If you are trying to lose weight, and you have a friend or coworker or whoever, somebody who's around you that also needs to lose weight, as they see you start losing weight, they may come up to you and be like, oh my gosh, what diet are you on? What are you doing to lose weight? And you're going to go, no, I'm not on a diet. I just decided I'm parking at the back of the parking lot now. I just decided that, I don't even particularly like croissants. So I've just cut croissants right out of my life. I'm not going to eat them. I'm going to eat something else instead, whatever it is. And then they get inspired. Like you tell them the same thing, right? We're taking little steps. We're just making one change at a time. Maybe once a month, you decide what that change is, right? You're like, okay, from now on, I'm going to whatever. From now on, I'm not going to do this. I am going to do this. I'm going going to limit this to 5 instead of 10. I'm going to limit this, and I wouldn't even do the from 10 to 5. I would go 10 to 9 to 8 and just sort of work your way up. And the things you want to do more of, 5 to 10 to 20, you know, and just slowly work your way up for the stuff you want, work your way down for the stuff you don't want, and eventually you will end up where you want to be. And those who admire you for it, those who see you're getting this happiness, you're getting somewhere, you're accomplishing things, will want to start following your steps. And those who are looking negatively on it, which will be the people who are jealous, and not necessarily jealous, but, you know, they don't like other people's successes, right? Because it's almost like some people feel like, well, if you're succeeding, then I have to be failing, right? It's kind of the Trump mentality, right? There's winners and losers. You're either winning or you're losing. And if I'm winning, then you have to be losing. And if you're winning, then I have to be losing. And that's not the way life works. Everybody can be a winner. We can all help prop each other up. And so you don't want those people in your life anyways that are like winners and losers. You know, and you'll have some friends too that, you know, say you do start to lose weight, or you start to have a little bit more money, or your career starts to be a little bit more prestigious. They were satisfied in your relationship when they felt above you. Now that they feel like you're sort of making your way and becoming up above them, they want to drag you down, right? It's not like they want to be like, oh, you're doing good, let me follow and let's go. No, and we'll help each other and support each other and both go up. No, they're like, no, you can't be better than me. Come down, come down. And so we want to cut those people out of our lives, or at least limit our contact where we can. So all this to say, start looking at your life, start developing a long-term strategy, no matter what it is: career goals, financial goals, weight loss goals, family goals, building better relationships with somebody in your life that's just like, right? Take little strategic steps. We're not going, our whole life is transformed and completely different tomorrow. Nope, that's not what we're doing. That's not sustainable. Nobody sustains their life by flipping it upside down in a day, right? We're going to take slow, strategic steps. We're going to follow a plan. It doesn't have to be completely laid out. I'm not saying it has to be completely laid out, but we're going to follow step by step by step. Those who should be in our lives are going to admire that and be proud of us for that and enjoy our success with us and want to be successful alongside of us. And those who should not be in our life, who we should limit contact with, they'll be the ones trying to drag us down. And that will all come out in the wash. But what you need to do right now is not advertise how you're going to start this. Just let the results speak for themselves. Let the results show others who you are and where sort of, you know, and how you're going to get to your next goals, how you're taking these steps, and just let the results speak for themselves. Don't bother to tell other people about your choices. You do you and let them do them. So I hope this helps. There was a lot of rambling at the end, but I'm definitely sending you peace, love, and happiness. Bye for now.